Where do you come up with this shit?
I'm funny, believe it or not.
Dana, Linn, Bailey.
Let's go! Do what I do! Work like I still got something to prove! Let's go! All I do! Work like I still got something to prove!
I haven't even said a line. All right. Guess what? Booty, 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 rocking them around. It's booty day. We got hamstrings and glute. Focus leg day. It's legs, but focusing on hamstrings and glutes. Let's crank this hog. All right. We are actually starting off with a very glute isolated combo here. We're gonna get on the abduction machine. Now, if you have been paying attention, you might have seen this little variation that I have done. So instead of sitting all the way down in the seat, which is good, don't get me wrong, this is great, but if you wanna target that upper shelf, we're going to actually sit above the seat. My feet are gonna be on the closer peg, and just try it out. Do a couple sitting, and then lighten it up because this is a lot harder, and you're gonna feel that concentration go from your glute max to the sides of your glute to that upper shelf. So leaning back and you're just pushing out, and this one is way harder, so go a lot lighter. We're aiming for about 12 reps, and then we're going to head on over to my next other favorite glute isolated exercise. All right, second exercise is hypers. Now these are hypers for glute activation. So on this one, I want you to round your back. It might be the only exercise, I can't think of another exercise where rounding your back would be beneficial, but hypers for glutes, rounding your back is actually super beneficial. The first part of the set, you can add weight. I like adding a band because it's like a constant tension, gets heavier at the top, and I like to hold at the top with the band. So you're gonna do about 10 to 12 weighted or banded, and then you're gonna drop the band or drop the weight, and then you're gonna rep out 10 to 12 more without weight. Okay, now that we got our glutes on fire, we're gonna keep that fire burning, move into every female's favorite, the hip thrust. We're going 12, 10, 8, and then last set is gonna be 8 with a drop set. So drop some of those plates off and then go to failure for the last one. Big thing here is full range is gonna be your best bet on this exercise. Partial reps are good, but if you are gonna use them, I use them at the top at like a pulse, like come all the way down, come up, come down a quarter way, back up to get a little more time under tension. But here we're just doing straight sets, just make these good reps, take a couple plates off, check your ego at the door and get full range. Then we're gonna go do the old ham bone. All right, for these, believe it or not, we're doing leg curls all by itself. However, we're adding some partials at the end. So first part of the set, you're gonna aim for about 10 to 12 reps, full range up and down. Then you're gonna drop a little bit, maybe 20%, 30%, and then we're gonna do partials. So you're just doing like little quarter, half reps, but staying in the concentric. So during the flex, not during the stretch.
She needs a reset.
I need a reset. All right, next up, little combo movement on the V squat. My brain froze for a second. Whoo! V squat, I absolutely love this machine. Now, if you don't have this machine, you can actually, I know most gyms have a hack sled. I also you can do both of these on the hack sled. You just face the opposite way. It's just not as comfortable because this, like your face isn't in a pad, but you can do the same thing on a hack sled. Or if you don't have either of these, you're just gonna use a barbell. Super simple. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a good morning. We're gonna do a wider stance good morning. So feet a little bit wider than shoulder width, toes slightly pointed out. Push that out. When you come back, you're gonna have a slight bend in your knee. You're gonna go down until you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. You don't need to go further than that. Throw your hips forward and squeeze. I actually lose tension in what I'm working by doing that. So you don't need to throw your hips forward. Just come up to extension, knees stay slightly back and down. We're starting a little bit lighter on this one. So 15 reps, then we're gonna go down to 12, then 10, and then 8. You'll start with the good mornings. And for me, I can keep the weight that I'm using for the good mornings because you should be, not weaker, but you should be stronger, because then we're gonna go right into a reverse hack sumo squat. So feet will stay pretty much exactly where they are, but instead of just hinging and not bending, we're now going to hinge just a little bit, but now we're adding our legs into it. So squatting down and pushing back up. Big thing here is keeping that hip hinge. If you're not hinged and you're coming, if you're here and you're coming straight down, this is a little bit more quads. So to feel it more in hamstrings, you're gonna hinge, and that's how you squat, so that you're pushing more at an angle versus pushing more vertical. Almost done, guys. Last but not least, we're doing deficit curtsy lunge. So curtsy, think of, ta-da, that's exactly what you're doing. However, we're adding a little bit of a deficit, only like 3-4 inches. It doesn't need to be very big. Just grab a plate. That's what she said. Just grab a plate. This is just gonna add a little more depth, a little more range of motion to really hit those glutes and hamstrings. So whatever foot is working, whatever leg is working, is gonna be on top. And then as you come down, you're just going to step that foot out to the side in a curtsy. Keeping this, but be mindful that this foot doesn't shift. Sometimes as you step, that foot shifts. We want to keep that toe facing forward, and you're just going as far as you can, and you should feel that in your outer glute there. And then you'll just step back up and go down again. I'm assuming I'm just going based off of what I normally do. It's probably 3 sets, probably around 12. Aim for 10 to 12 each leg. Even though my anus is broken, the rest of the journey was a great success. Hopefully you enjoyed this, guys. Oh my goodness. My butt, it is broken, I think. It'll be better tomorrow. But you gotta break things to build them. So we're broken. If you enjoyed this training, keep following me, subscribe, like, comment below.